Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to F1 action here on FTRL. And it is day 2 of action from historic Monza, the Cathedral of Speed, supplying us with round 6 of Div 2 tonight. Now, once again, we have got a sprint qualifying session to come. But first, we have the small matter of a one-shot qualifying to decide the grid for that short race. So, 25% race coming up, 13 laps. We should then decide the running order for the main race coming a little later on. There are some points at stake as well, so plenty to play for. Hopefully people can hear me tonight, so please let me know in the chat if you can hear me. So I made that mistake last night of chatting to myself for the entire sprint race. Hopefully I've not made the same mistake twice in as many days. And let's go on board then with a likely pole sitter. He's already given us to Barcelona. Let's have a look then, see how he's getting on. Has anybody gone for the alternate strategy? Let's have a look. Couple of drivers. Now Casper has decided to retire already. We'll go on board then with a lap of Monza Barcelona, then into the first chicane he comes. With a quick left and right flick. Callum then currently fastest through there then. Now we head round the long sweeping right-hander that is Curva Grande. Down and towards the second chicane, I believe the rest of it. Oh, Brutus Beer has retired. Championship leader in trouble already. Through into the first of the Lesmos. Short sprint between up to the second Lesmo, then that curve on the inside, use the curve on the outside, then into the DRS zone. Brings us down the hill under the bridge. Of course, it's the old banking section. Up to Ascari. Max, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, please. Into Ascari chicane. He flicks through the right, through the left. Watch the cars are getting a little bit leery through that. No, it's okay. Lina Zeekens now had trouble. Chubbs has also hit some dramas as well. So a few drivers dropping out then of this sprint qualifying. Into Parabolica comes Barcelona. Excellent news, thank you, my friend. Out of the Parabolica, Barcelona on for pole. Scuba Steve running him close though as they come to the line, and it is pole position for Barcelona by, oh, look at that. Close as you like. Oh, good evening, Iggy. Good evening. Yes, the circuit is nothing like it is on GT. It is awful, and we a lot of complaints last night from the drivers about the quality of the circuit. So qualifying done. Oh, Scuba Steve, in fact, snatches pole position. So Scuba Steve back with a bang onto pole position. Barcelona has to settle for P2. Evil Chris in third. Katamise is P4. Alex Pixie P5. And Trucker P6. Callum is P7. Great qualifying from him. Jonesy up in P8. Matman P9. And Skirms rounding out the top 10. Excellent job. Then Michael Vien down in P11. But the first of the drivers on the medium tyre. However, he's outside the top 10, so it hasn't worked for him. Bossman starting P12, Zero Tau is 13th, Dylan up in P14, Pagani then who disqualified, he starts P15, and then the guys who retired, which were Lina Zeeken, Chubbs, Brutus and Kalsper, and Katz as well. So a few drivers then not getting a time on the board, and they've got it all to do in this sprint race to give themselves a better chance for the main race to come. There we go then. So, one-shot qualifying out the way. It's always a bit of a lottery. Bit of a mixed grid, but just add a little bit of spice to these races then. I expect a bit of a train tonight. DRS train, slipstream train. As we saw last night in Div 1. No spelling mistakes in my tweet. Posted and then back in the chat. We go. Good evening from Australia, Maximilian. Hope you're well. I hope you're enjoying some Aussie weather. A few shrimps on the barbie and all those other cliches. So drivers then heading off on their sighting lap then, and Scuba Steve is back with us, and he's back at the sharp end of the grid. Great job from him in qualifying to snatch pole position. So look at what tyres everybody's on. He then will be leading us off in the Red Bull Barcelona. He missed last week's race then, which has handed a massive title advantage to Brutus Beer. But he has a lot of work to do from the back of the grid. To see what he can do then. Can he start clawing some points back then in this one? Eva Chris, winner of course from China. He will be starting P3. And a strong one last week in Mexico as well. Of course, Mexico last week. We'll touch on that a little bit actually, so we'll go down the grid first. Katowice then starting P4. He's always exciting, he's always rapid. Probably running his 1-1 wings. Expect him to be a threat in this one. Alex Pixie, great qualifying from the other Williams, and both of them in the top 5. Is his look going to change? I think this is the week that his look needs to change. So we're going to hope for that podium for him. This time he's starting P5, so he's got a very good chance. And right behind him is his good mate Aaron Trucker in the lead of the Alfa Romeos. Callum LC, great job up of him up in P7 on this lead Mercedes. Both of them have gone more. Jonesy then filling in for Dav Chip tonight. He is up in P8. Great job from the other Alfa Romeo man. Mattman P9. Got plenty of practice in last night. Filling in for Div 1. What can he do tonight? And Skirms in the top 10. Great job from him as well. They are starting on the tyres they did their qualifying laps on. Which means a free tyre choice to the rest of the grid. Start with Michael Vienne, who is starting on the medium tyre. So he's going for the alternate strategy, as is Bossman alongside him on the 6th row. Second Red Bull starting at P12. Zero Tau starts P13. He's on the soft tyre, as is Dylan alongside him in the Alpine, who seems to have had it off on the outlap because he's right off the back of the pack. That's an interesting one. Well done, Dylan. Good to have him back, though. Always good to have him back. And I get to meet the man, the legend in the flesh next week, or this weekend, in fact, at Donington Park. So looking forward to that. Pagani in the second McLaren, filling in for the absent Zombie. He is P15 on the medium tyre. Linus Zeeken filling in for the injured Iceman, who's done his shoulder in playing football. He starts P16. Chubbs, who asked me to jinx Barcelona and Brutus. Well, I did Brutus, and then I must have slightly gone right and I've jinxed him. He crashed too. He starts P17 alongside the man he wanted jinxing, Brutus, championship leader down in P18 for the sprint race. Kasper starts P19, filling in for Limmy in the Aston Martin, and Katsen, who had a drama. He starts at the very back, but on the soft tyre, so expect him to be aggressive from the start. Full grid. Greetings then, as we wait for the third form up. And now we have got 3, 4, 5 red lights. And the sprint race is go, and it's a good start from pole position. Not a good start for Barcelona. Cat is popped out to the side. Oh, he's on the grass. Who's that? Oh, it's Alex. Of course it is. God's sake. As they come down towards the first chicane, then, oh, Squizzy's a little bit wider. Here comes Cat on the attack around the outside. And into the lead of the race. The Katowice from 4th is into the lead as they come around Curva Grande for the first time. Alex. Gonna kill him. Gonna kill him. Jinxed him already. Sorry, Alex. Sorry, into the first chicane. There we go. Mind the sausage curbs. We saw a couple of the drivers get some big air last night. Not ideal. In F1 got Cat leads from Scuba Steve. Barcelona down to 3rd. Eva Chris down to 4th. So the other 3 held where they were, but Cat is the one who's just jumped all of them. What a start. He is known for his demon starts, and another one there from the Hasman, but he's now under pressure from Scuba Steve as they run down towards Ascari for the first time. Under the banking they go. Scuba Steve switches to the outside, but Cat has defended the position. Oh, he's gone deep into Ascari. Now Barcelona's on the attack as they come through the chicane. It's given Cat a bit of a respite and a bit of an advantage, and put the Williams right into the back of the Red Bull. Looks to the inside for Parabolica, no way through first time around. Of course, no DRS until lap 3. Oh, that twitch from Cat. Tries to get the power down around Parabolica. The front 3 have made a bit of a break. Oh, even Chris has gone with them, so the front 4 have made a bit of a break, in fact. Here comes Scuba Steve then in the slipstream down towards turn 1. Cat driving down the middle of the road, trying to make it as difficult as he can do. And he has managed to hold off position for now. Oh, Bossman's into the pits and spin. Oh, Scuba Steve has a massive snap. He tries to get the power down, and into P2 goes Barcelona. A little bit heavy-handed on the throttle. And Barcelona snatches P2 away. Big movers then. Let's look at the big movers. Big movers. Kami's up 3. Nexus Cats is up 8. Brutus Spears up 7. Kalsper's up 1. Big losers. Alex Pickney down 12. Bossman down 7. Lena Zika down 4. We've got a yellow flag in the background. Who is that? Oh, it might be Skirms. It is. Skirms has had some drama at the second chicane. Top 3 making a bit of a break then. What's happened to Chris? See, but Chris is now with a drama. He was on the back of the top 3. Oh, and that Batman going a bit deep into Ascari over the curbs. Cost him a couple of car lengths, but Callum on his tail. Michael Bien running wide there in the background. And of course, this is mainly for sorting the grid out for the main race, but there are some points at stake. So it's 10 for the win, 8 for second, 6 for third, 5 for fourth, 4 for fifth, 3 for sixth, 2 for 7th and 1 for 8th. So Michael Bien currently holding on to the final place as Barcelona takes the fastest lap away. Eva Chris going back past Aaron Trucker then with no DRS yet though, not yet. They will find it at Ascari, will be the first time they get the DRS. Oh, Scuba Steve's on the grass! Oh, wow. Scuba Steve's having a driver every lap so far. On the grass, exiting the first chicane, has a big snap, manages to gather it all, but he's now lost touch with the front two and kind of dropped into a bit of no man's land between them and the recurring Eva Chris, although Eva Chris will have DRS. He stays that close by the time they get round to the Lesmos. In the chat, good evening, Zom. Good evening, Unsafe Pleb. What's the race format tonight? So we've got single shot qualifying, sprint qualifying race, 25%, followed by a standard 50% race thereafter. So lots of racing action tonight. Up front, Katamise has got Barcelona all over him with the DRS. Eva Chris has latched onto the back of Scuba Steve, who's got back within a second of the front two. So he's not all lost. In fact, Barcelona's got the run out of Ascari, and into the lead goes the Williams man for the first time then. We've got a driver further back. Who is it? But we've got VSC. The VSC is out. Oh, and Eva Chris has sped in the pit lane. So some drivers taking this opportunity now. This is a very good opportunity. Now, the soft tyres will go to the end from here, so if anybody's thinking of dropping in, now might be the time. So we've got a few guys in the pits. Eva Chris, Aaron Callum. Who else is in? Pagani's in. Alex Pixie's in. So they're getting their mandatory stop done under the VSC then, so they will not lose as much time. So maybe it is a good choice. DRS is enabled. We are racing again. So just a short VSC. I'm not quite sure what triggered that one, if I'm honest. Barcelona getting his foot down and he's pulled away from Cat, so he timed his restart perfectly. Cat having a twitch there. Yellow flag. Who is that? Or is it Jonesy? It is. Oh, Jonesy's facing the wrong way at the exit of the second chicane. Dylan having a twitch off the curbs. He goes past the stricken Alfa Romeo, who is on his way again now. But up front then, Barcelona has got himself a 1.2 second lead from Katami's. Scuba Steve has caught back up again, so having had that moment, he's managed to regroup. He's now latched onto the back of the Haas as they round Parabolica for the fourth time. And he's going to go around again. Scuba Steve going to go inside. Cat covers the inside line, so Scuba Steve's going to go the long way around. However, they'll have the DRS, so this should be a bit of a formality. Through he goes. Yellow flag in the background. It was Jonesy's retired on the exit of Ascari, and that is a full safety car. Now, who is going to benefit from that? Is anybody going to pit? I think it's Zero Tau. He's in. Yeah, Dylan's in. Eva Chris just pitted, so he'll go through. No, he's in again. Is he going to serve his 5-second penalty? Maybe. We saw this last night. There was a safety car under the Div 1 race as well. You think this track is effortless? Sorry, I didn't see the comment earlier. You think this track is effortless on this game? You have not driven this track on this game. I assure you, you cannot ride the curbs. Oh, Katamise has a massive snap coming out of the first Lesmo under the safety car condition. So he's not even pushing that hard. Very nearly dropped it into a wall. So that was a bolt. Now then. Yeah, if you think this track is effortless, I can assure you it is not. I did the FIA race here last week. Oh, Alex Pixie's retired. Where has that happened? It's at the Curva Grande. Oh, Alex is just having... I'm going to take this one because I said it was his week to get a podium, and what I've done is I've jinxed him massively. So I'm sorry, Alex. This one's on me. Barcelona will pit. So all the leaders will come in. Scuba Steve's in, Katmies is in, Macman will follow in as well. Michael Bien will pit. Brutus Beer will pit. Katz is pitting as well. Chubbs will pit. Aaron now. Aaron is the first one who has already made his pit stop now. Where is he going to come out relative to the leaders? Where are Barcelona's on his way out the pit lane now? Aaron's coming down the start-finish straight, so Barcelona will retain the lead. Scuba will stay second. Cat will stay third. Where is Aaron Trucker going to come through? He's going to come through the fourth. So that has worked out very nicely for Aaron. Big losers in all this. Well, even Chris has Dropped down to 15th. Michael Vien's made his way up to 6th though, so that's worked out nicely for him. That man's now P5. So yeah, Evil Chris has kind of lost out quite badly in that, unfortunately. Oh, and Skirms has sped in the pit lane under the safety car. Silly boy. Silly boy. Absolutely no excuse. You do not need to push. Under the safety car. And then we are on lap 6 of 13. Running order is as follows. Barcelona leading us around behind the Mercedes safety car. Of course, you know, it's the quick one. Scuba Steve second, Catamese is third, Aaron Trucker now up to P4, Matman P5, Michael Bien is up to 6th, Brutus behind him in 7th, so that's a great recovery from Brutus, having dropped it in qualifying, started 18th, he's now in P7, so that's a big game for him. Callum's up in P8, good job from him. Next is Katz is P9, now starting 20th, Pagani then is P10. Yeah, Mike, good point there, unsafe release. Michael Vienne and Brutus Beer on the soft tyre are going to have a massive advantage. We saw last night in the main race that the front three, which was Dutch, Tico and Lynx, having pitted for soft tyres under a safety car. And I thought it was a bit early, but in fact they just pulled massively away from the rest of the field. Now, they're going to have the advantage for about 2 laps while there's no DRS, but we've seen how difficult it can be once you get into a DRS train around here to overtake. So they need to make hay those first 2 laps when there's going to be no DRS. So that's going to be important for them. Yeah, a few people who pitted earlier on have come back in again, so we're looking at Skirms, Eva, Chris we saw make the stop. So we come around then on lap 7. Now I need to touch on last week's race again. So Mexico was last week's race, round 5. It was a standard 50% race. And there was a threat of rain, and the rain did come, however, it never really fell hard enough to actually change over to intermediate tyres. So some people gambled under a safety car and then had to bail out because it was the wrong call. It was still too dry. And the rain continued to fall, but never got heavy enough that, in fact, intermediates were ever the right tyre to be on. So people on slick tyres, on the soft tyres, were actually kind of about the same sort of pace. So it was a very weird position that the slick tyres were okay, and the intermediates were also okay, but it was never really wet enough just for intermediates. So it was a bit of a mixed one last week. All in all, it was a victory for the reigning champ. Brutus, Michael gambled on intermediates under the safety car, and it was the wrong call, so he had to bail out. And we are about to go racing again then, so Barcelona will take over dictating the pace as the safety car starts to pull away. Now, we saw some very slow stacking down the back straight last night. How's Barcelona going to play this one then? So Tico got a very good launch at his restart, giving the advantage now. As unsafe mentioned earlier, the ones to watch are going to be Michael and Brutus in 6th and 7th on those soft tyres. Now, hopefully everybody's going to make sure they don't run into each other. Straightening up now. When does he pull the trigger? Scuba Steve eager to go with him. And away he goes. We are racing again. It's a fairly good restart. He's got himself a couple of car links. Cat's got a good launch around the outside. Oh, Kalsper's overtaken Picardi already. He's had to drive that place back. You've got 2 good launch. What's going on in the pack then? That man on the back of Aaron. Here comes the soft tyre cars as well. Michael looking for a way through, but he's got cars side by side ahead of him. That man goes down the inside. Oh, Miles Pagani's got a penalty for ignoring yellow flags in there somewhere. Not quite sure what's happened there. I think Dylan and Zero Tau have come together. They've spun on the exit of the first chicane. Barcelona still leads. Scuba still second. Academy still third. Michael's in the gravel. There goes Brutus. Here comes Katz as well. So a mistake from Michael. Did he clip the curbs? What's on to Matman? He's dropped down as well. Oh, he's in the gravel as well. Pagani and Callum are side by side. Ooh, big twitch there from Pagani as he gets up the inside of Callum. He's also now in the gravel, I think, as well. Yep, Callum's off on the outside of the Lesmo. So it's all kicking off at the restart here. Michael been down to 7th. Brutus is up to 5th. Front three have made a bit of a break again, though. In fact, Barcelona's already got that second gap. However, Scuba Steve pushing hard now to try and close that gap back down. Yeah, looks like in sector 2 it is oh yeah, Callum's still trying to get going again. It's all gone horribly wrong for him, unfortunately. Brutus then up to 4th. He's made the move on Aaron Trucker into the Parabolica. He's up to 4th. Again, he's going to end to come back at Cats with now. Bit of a train going on here. We've got Kalsper up in P8 now. Pagani 9th. Chubbs has made his way up to 10th. Evil Chris is 11th. Bossman 12th. Zekin's 13th. That man there ended up in the gravel. Did he clip the curb? Was he involved with Michael? They were close together. A little bit deep there into the first. You're getting a big twitch as well there as Michael VN gets the move done on Cats. Looks like it's, oh, they're still trying to fight as they go through the second chicane, and Cats has come back ahead. They're duking it out hard. And all that's brought Kalsper into it then, so they're losing touch to Aaron Drucker, who's now away and clear. Brutus, meanwhile, has latched onto the front three. Still Barcelona leading Scuba Steve, leading Casimese. There you front three. Brutus now starting to close in, though. Got his soft tyres, so he'll be quicker through the corners. And Drucker P5, got a nice 1.2 second gap back to Cats, who's leading Michael VN, Kalsper, Pagani, Chubbs, and Evil Chris, and Bossman. There's a bit of a train going on here. Lina Zekin trying to get back on terms. Into the pits has come Callum. Chris now with the track limits warning. Here comes Michael VN on Cats. And DRS is re-enabled this time. Who was that? It looks like sector 2. That is Zero Tau, I believe, as Chubbs going round the outside of Pagani. Oh, good move from Chubbs, that, around the outside of the first chicane. So last night you can keep the momentum up. The car on the inside has to give you a little bit of room, so have to back out of it slightly. It's a good move there. Evil Chris now trying to find a way through as well. Look how close this pack is together as they come round Curva Grande. So they're at a Philly chicane. Oh, that was Kalsper and Chubbs going at it, and Chubbs has forced Kalsper over the curbs. Evil Chris gets the move done on Pagani. So Evil Chris up a place. A bit of a twitch there from, who was that? That was Evil Chris, I think, having a twitch out of the Lesmo. The DRS now being re-enabled again, so the ones who are at risk here. Next is Cats, is out of DRS range of Michael. Kalsper not close enough to make a move this time around. Just down the back straight we go. Barcelona continues to lead, then holding just under a second gap, which means that Scuba Steve will have DRS this time around. Like I said, a better run out of Parabolic, and he's already closing. Which is now latching onto the back of Catamese as well, so that both of them have got DRS. Brutus has got the slipstream as well. To the inside he goes. In the background, we've got moves by both Aston Martins trying to make a move on Michael VN. I know it's Chubbs. So Evil Chris getting up the inside, so Evil Chris goes past both. Oh, Chubbs gets forced across the curb. Michael VN now going around the outside of Aaron Trucker around Curva Grande. Up to 5th place he goes. He'll be kicking himself for that mistake he made earlier on, though. Again, clips the curb. Oh, again, he's just kicking a little bit of dirt there. Right on the limit there, Michael VN. He's pushing hard, but he's now got 2.5 seconds to the front 4. What can Brutus do then? Can he close any further? Can he make any more progress? Now, the one he really is, well, to be fair, this is a very good damage limitation exercise. In fact, it's a stupendous job, because he's up to 3rd, having starting down in P18. He's been the biggest mover. Catamese now just starting to drift away a little bit. Michael being in a bit of no man's land. Aaron Trucker's still with him. And then Chubbs now leading the charge. How did Cats get back to 10th? That's a good question. I think he's probably been shuffled back a little bit. And all this squabbling that's been going on. Brutus Beer takes the fastest lap of the race. Meanwhile, oh, for the lead. Scuba Steve to the outside. And the Red Bull man hits the front as they start the penultimate lap of the sprint race. Kalsper and Evil Chris changing places down the start-finish straight. Cats trying to look at Pagani while defending from Bossman. And Zekin right on the back as well, so he had a good recovery considering he was off the back. Yeah, very likely might have clipped one of these big sausage curbs. Front three now, nose to tail. On the penultimate lap through the Lesmos they go. Scuba Steve has hit the front. He's at the right time though. He's now going to have to defend down the start finish straight on the final lap. So he needs a really good run through Ascari, get a bit of an advantage out of Parabolica. Just try and stay far enough ahead. See there, he's jinked to the side to try and break the slipstream. Barcelona doesn't want to go through yet. He's happy to sit in behind for now. He's waiting for the run down the start finish straight. However, he's got to watch his mirrors because Brutus Beers had a really good run out of Ascari. But both of them are closing on Scuba Steve. Barcelona, though, not going for the move. He's content to wait. Michael Vienna's caught Katamis. Here we go then. This could be for the sprint race victory. Scuba Steve leading at the minute. Here comes the DRS zone though. Barcelona to the outside. Scuba Steve is desperately trying to hold on, but Brutus goes to the other side of him as well. He's going to end up in third. Oh, he's got it too high. He hits the back. Oh, he spins. Oh no, Scuba Steve. And Brutus Beer for the lead. Go around Curva Grande, up the inside he goes. They're side by side for the lead. Barcelona now has the inside for the chicane. He's got back ahead again. Brutus has to drop in. Michael Vienna's got the move on Katamis. He's up to third. Oh, there's a yellow flag further back. Oh, it's Katamis. He's spun up the second chicane. And down to 13th he goes. Barcelona has pulled a bit of a gap on Brutus out of the Lesmos. Brutus will close. Coming into Ascari, but he's not going to be close enough for a move now. He needs a good run through here. We've seen him had some good runs already. He needs another one now. We've got a yellow flag further back. Oh, it's Callum just ahead of them, in fact, going off. Brutus is closing. He is closing. Is he going to get there? Barcelona covers the inside. Jinks over to the side. Is Brutus going to go for a move? Not quite close enough, is he? As they round Parabolica, then I think that is that then, and Barcelona will hang on for victory in the sprint race. Great job from him. Brutus Beer will get second. Michael Vienna will recover to third. Good job from him. Aaron Trucker will hang on for fourth. Chubbs is going to come through for fifth, but drop behind Scuba Steve. Bossman ends up P6 then. Great job from him. Leonard Zekin ends up P7. Chubbs ends up P8. Eva Chris is 9th. Katamis 10th. Nexus Cats is 11th. Pagani 12th. Kalsper 13th. He must have some drama late on. Matman down to 14th. After that spin, he'll be kicking himself for that one. Skirms will cross the line for P15. Dylan cutting some grass as he comes out the Parabolica for P16. And the final finisher. Callum has already crossed the line. So our final finisher for the sprint race will be Zero Tau, and he will start the main race in P17. Jersey and Alex Pixie. Yeah, I saw that, Pagani, mate. That was a bit ridiculous. This game is a bit joke. Still, it's just a sprint race. Starting out qualifying. You can do a lot of damage from P12. And remember, everybody, it is free tyre choice. He crosses the line. So Brutus Beer gets driver of the sprint race, at least. Yeah, I know, mate, man, out very low there. But Barcelona then hanging on to claim victory in the sprint race, which means that he will start in pole position for the main race coming up. The champagne flies for the sprint race. And now the main event is coming up then. Just to recap the results from Barcelona, then getting the sprint race victory from Brutus Beer. Michael Bien rounding out the podium finishers. Then Aaron Trucker, Scuba Steve, who was so close in that battle, is so unlucky for him to spin on the final. The boss man coming through to P6 there. Great recovery from him. Then Zekin also great job to finish P7. Chubbs ends up P8. Eva Chris P9 and Katamis rounding out the top 10. And Katz, Pagani, Kalsper, Matman, Skirms, Dylan, Zero Tau, and Callum, the final finisher, having been a lap down. The two retirements were Alex Pixie and Jonesy. Right. So that is the sprint race over and done with. Now it's a more matter of the main race to come. Piffle. Something wrong. Right. Settings. Weekend structure. Qualifying off. Something long. Not realistic. Custom grid. Alright. So. Get the grid up so I know what I'm doing. Do bear with me. Play the interlude music, please. Alright then, so Barcelona will start on pole position for this one. He'll be joined on the front row by Mr. Brutus Beer. Where are you, Brutus Beer? Why is he all the way at the bottom? Of course he's all the way at the bottom. Michael Vienne. Wherefore art thou, Michael Vienne? There he is. Can't see him for looking. He starts P3. Then it is Mr. Trucker. He will start P4 in this one, then, so opportunity for him to get a strong result. And it was the recovering, or the unfortunate Scuba Steve. He starts P5. Gonna get distracted. Need to focus. Linaziken will start P7. And then Mr. Chubbs. He will start P8. P9. P9. Evil Credits. And rounding out the top 10 is Mr. Katamas, I believe. It is indeed. P11 goes to his teammate, Mr. Katz. Then Pagani, the Pagoon. He will start P12. Calsper will start P13, unlucky for some. Then Mr. Man of Matt. Mr. Skirms. Where are they? There you are. Up one. You start P15. P16 will be Dylan. Done that, mate. Well done. Zero Tau will be P17. Callum will be P18. Alex Pixie starts P19. And Jonesy will start at the very back, but a long way to go. Right. So I believe we are good to go. So, yep. Bear with me. Let me just inform the troops. And then we'll get the show on the road again. Choice. Alright, seconds out, round 2. So then, Barcelona and Brutus, championship leader, championship nearest rival. Well, we did miss last week, so how do we fancy this one to play out then? Are we going to see a Max and Lewis moment into the first chicane? Are they going to take each other out? I want people to, I know, perhaps, but I want people to enjoy this. It's not a sweaty league. It's not about that. You know that, Pagani, come on. We're not here. We're here to have fun. I want people to enjoy their racing because a lot of the people, to be fair, the people in Div 2, a lot of these guys don't race in other leagues, so which we appreciate. So that's why we like the community spirit, and that is why I want people to enjoy their solitary outing of the week on F1, because I know this game is a challenge for a lot of people. I know it's very frustrating, especially when it all goes wrong. I'm looking at you, Alex Pixie. I swear at some point your look's going to change and you're going to get a podium and win a race. Yes, I know it is quite funny. This is true. But we've got Dylan for that, Pagani, so it's fine. Interested to see if he can stand up in a straight line and not spin off like he does on Saturday. So we'll see how much drink we can get into him and then see. All right, then. So drivers are getting ready. And we'll kick off our feature event, our feature race. Wings are overrated. Have you been speaking to Mikey's on? Good old 4-lap Mikey. Right then, last 10 seconds. Jonesy's decided to exit stage right. Or exit stage left, rather. Hopefully he'll be back with us shortly. He's starting at the back though, so it's not the worst thing in the world. And let's have a look then, what tyres everybody's going for in this one then. So, up front, Barcelona is starting on pole position and is starting on the medium tyres. His nearest rivals, Brutus Beer, on the medium tyres as well. Michael Vien also starting on the medium tyres in P3, and then Aaron Trucker starts P4 also on the medium tyres. Scuba Steve is going aggressive at the start, then he's starting on the soft tyre. His teammate alongside him, Bossman, is starting on the mediums. Then Linus Eakin starts on the soft tyre as well, so he's going to be racy at the start. Chubbs is starting on the medium tyre, P8. Eva Chris starts P9, he's on the softs. And Katamise starting P10. Now that demon start in the sprint race, went from 4th to 1st. What can he do from P10? He's also on the soft tyre. Behind him is his teammate. He's also starting on the soft tyre. Next is Katz. Pagani starts P12 alongside him on row 6. He's on the medium tyre. Kalsper in the second of the Aston Martins, starting P13. He's on the medium tyre. Mattman in the second McLaren is on the softs, so he will be racy at the start. Fingers crossed for better luck for him in this one. Skirm starts P15, he's on the soft tyre. Dylan starts P16, he's on the mediums. Zero Tau is on the soft tyre in the second of the Alpha Tauris. Callum starts P18, he's on the medium tyre. Disappointing for him, he's having a really good qualifying and then a really good race, but it all went a little bit wrong for him, unfortunately. Oh, in the background, Alex Pixie's having a drama out of the Lesbo on the sighting lap. Hopefully get his dramas out of the way now. It's a good time to do any. And Jonesy, I'm hoping, will be back in his car shortly, if he's not already. Bossman, you better be joking me. I swear to God, if you've not put it on after I just put several reminders. Oh, Michael, Brienne and Brutus Beers hit each other and have made their way to the grid, so that is not ideal. Doesn't look like he's in at the minute, so let's see if I can quickly invite Jonesy if he needs one. Bear with me. I'm watching the race, don't worry. Nothing has started yet. Why is he not showing online? Grid then is forming up as we get ready for our main event for this evening. Last of the cars coming into place. Barcelona then once again on the front row. This time though he's on the right hand side of the grid. Last time he started on the left. That's a nice shot of the grid there, the fans, which is nice. There we go, that's a great shot there. We've got 3, 4, 5 red lights and the main race here at Monza is go. Oh, Dylan's jumped the start. Has a huge tank slapper in the background as he tries to get going. A good start from Aaron Trucker. Bruce has had a poor start. He gets swallowed up by the pack. He's down to 9th. He's had a terrible start. Oh, Linus Eakin, there was contact in the pack. Linus Eakin's got Zero Towers out as well. And VSC deployed as they go around the first chicane. Brutus Beers bogged down horribly. He's down to 17th. What has happened to Brutus off the line? He's got no wing either, so it's all gone wrong. Alina Zekin and Zero Tail are out. Jonesy is back in his car. And someone managed to avoid the chaos then. So, it's drama off the line. Who has got... Is there any more damage in the pack then? So, Brutus has got no front wing. Jonesy looks to be okay. In fact, there's a full safety car now, so we've got a full safety car out. 2 cars are retired on the start-finish straight. Brutus, that's a godsend for him because he has most of the lap to go with no front wing. So a terrible start from Brutus. Skirms has lost an end plate, so he's had some contact. Dylan, who we saw, he jumped the start. He's got some damage as well, so he's got wing damage. What about Callum? Callum seems to be okay. So Alex Pixie's up 6 places and has avoided the chaos. That man's up 2. He's okay. Pagani seems to be okay. Typical turn 1 Monza. They didn't even get to turn 1 Monza, AJ. So that's how bad that was. Yeah, like you say, some terrible starts. Captain Chubbs is up 4 places. As Chubbs has had an absolute demon start then. Biggest mover is Alex Pixie. He's up 6. Chubbs is up 4. Katamis is up 4. Kalsper's up 4. And Callum's up 4. Barcelona hold position into the pits then come Evil Chris, Bossman. Have they got some damage? Yes, there's some damage then for the Aston Martin. Bossman got damage as well, yep. Fresh nose cone going on that car. Bossman started on the medium tire, so he's going to pit again. Another lot of work to do. Brutus into the pits then. What happened to Brutus off the line? Got absolutely terrible start. And somehow ended up from being P2 to being P9 as then the chaos happened around him. Whether or not it was a result of his poor start, do not know. Skirms into the pits as well. So those drivers getting their fresh tyres, their fresh nose cones. And the running order then is as follows. And Barcelona has held on to the lead. He got an alright start. Michael Vien's up 1. He's now P2. Aaron Trucker had a good start as he swerved around the slow starting AlphaTauri. Up to P3 he goes. Captain Chubbs is P4, so both Ferraris in the top 4. But then Scuba Steve has held on to P5. Katowice is up 4. Another demon start from him. His teammate followed him through. They're now 6th and 7th. Kalsper's up 5 into P8. And Pagani's now up 3 into P9. Mattman's up 4 into P10. Alex Pixie with those pit stops is now P11, so he's up 8. Really good start for him. Callum's up 6. Jones is up 7. Eva Chris sent the first of the drivers to pit. He's down to P14. He's lost 5 places. Bossman's lost 9. He too got some damage on that opening run down to turn 1. Dylan is where he started. P16, Brutus Beer down 15. Then championship leader who started at the back from the sprint race. Made his way all the way up to P2. And now he's got it all to do again in the main race. But a long, long way to go. Skirms then. Rejoin the back of the pack. The cars trundle around behind the safety car, and the rest of the pack is catching up, so we should hopefully go racing this time at the end of this lap. Let's look at the tyre situation then. So those who have pitted, everybody's gone on to the medium tyre apart from Skirms, who has gone on to the softs. A little bit of Monza chaos. That is pretty much a Monza turn 1 start in a set of course. GC, and it's standing start. It's absolute chaos. Unfortunately, on those games you can usually get away with it. This one, a little bit of contact usually means a bit of bodywork flying off from your front wing and an unscheduled pit stop. So, handful of drivers want to make a stop on the end of lap 1. However, the safety car means that they have not lost out too much. So they're still in the hunt here. I was then weaving around, trying to get a little bit of heat into the tyres. Now, pack is all together, so hopefully we should resume racing at the end of this lap. So Barcelona in preparation. The safety car pull away. And we should hopefully get the notification any second now. There we go, safety car in this lap. So we are about to go racing again. Now, he had a good restart last time out. Got a nice jump on Scuba Steve. What's he going to do this time, and how on his toes is Michael Vien going to be? There's a bit of a bubbling rivalry going on between the Ferrari man and the Hazard Katamis. Those two seem to be coming together a little bit recently. Oh, in the background, who's that in the wall? Josie's in the wall. He's crashed, warming his tyres. He's in the wall. Oh dear, that has not gone well at all. We are racing again then. It's a good restart for Barcelona, but Michael Bien's gone with him. Oh, look at that. It's 2 or 3 wide already. Chubb's on his toes, trying to go past Aaron Trucker. Scuba Steve's getting passed by Casamese. He's going down the outside, but you find Chubb's in his way. He's now got boxed in. Now he's found some room. Trying to go to the inside. Chubb's is coming for the inside of Aaron Trucker, though, as they hit the brakes for turn 1. Mind your nose, his boys got Casamese on those soft tyres, of course, so he's trying to be aggressive. He's got 2 of them. Great move from Casamese. He's up 2 places, up to 4th. Scuba Steve getting shuffled back to P7, yellow flag in the background. Somebody's gone around. It's Alex Pixie. Of course it is. Oh, he just run through the chicane. Might be so bad. He's back down to P17 though. Oh, Michael Bien kicking up some dirt again on the exit of the second chicane. Front 3 spread out. Catamese though on the back of Captain Chubbs. Oh, that's a lot of curve at the second Lesmo there. That seemed to be a bit of a slide. Just about gathered it up though. There we go, that is Nexus Cats now looking at Aaron Trucker, who's covering the inside. No way through for Cats. Scuba Steve then he lost out of that restart. Oh, he's wide, he's very wide. Oh, he saved it though. But he's going to lose up to Calspert, he is. As Cats goes past Aaron, Calspert goes past Scuba Steve. Oh, in the background, in the wall, that was Dylan. Hitting the wall on the exit of the... and one of the McLarens is in trouble now. It's Matman. He's had a drama coming around Parabolica, he's in the pits. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Scuba Steve then back at Calspert down the outside. He's going to have the best braking. Scuba Steve lets him have it. Drops back in behind Calspert then, so Brutus Beer's in the pits as well, so Brutus maybe got caught. Oh, what was that? Oh, it's Alex having a twitch at the first chicane again. Maybe a little bit of a snap there. Or was there some drama with Callum? Matman on his way out of the pits. Brutus has some more drama. Dylan in the pits as well. Up front though, untroubled is Barcelona, leading now by over a second, so he's out of DRS range. The 2 Ferraris nose to tail as they come out of the Lesmos. And then the 2 Hazes giving chase. So up to Ascari then for the 5th time we go. It's very unforgiving on F1. So Michael Bien's had a good run through Ascari there. Captain Chubbs has lost a little bit of ground. In fact, he slipped back now and Catamese is on him. Now, no DRS. This time it should be re-enabled at the end of this lap, I believe. Across the line, we should see in a second. Yep, DRS has been enabled now. They will not get it down the start-finish straight this time. Catamese with the fastest lap of the race, however. And he is closing on Chubbs. Chubbs is going defensive on the run down to 1. Cat's going to go the long way around, but he's going to find Michael ahead of him, so he's going to have to go think on the brakes as Calspert goes side by side with Aaron Trucker. Gets the move done, good move. Scuba Steve trying to go around the outside, but Aaron's just shut the door in his face. Pagani now looking interested as well. We've got Evil Chris and the recovering Bossman, so both those cars pitted. They're now up to 10th and 11th. Scuba Steve going around the outside of Aaron Trucker, around Curva Grande. He's got the inside for the second chicane, good move. He's back up to P7 then, so I'm just slipping backwards at the minute. Up front then, Barcelona now leads by 1.3 seconds or so out of DRS range. Of course now, everybody behind will have it. Starting with this Ferrari versus Haas train. Michael Bien at the head of it, his teammate behind him, acting as rear gunner. Being stalked by a pair of white, red and blue Haas cars. Further back, Bossman going past Evil Chris. Skirm's getting him as well. Oh, Evil Chris has destroyed some barriers. He's been off at the exit of the Ascari chicane. Callum going through as well. Here now comes Alex Pixie too. So Evil Chris now, hopefully he's not got wing damage. Oh, Dylan has gone straight on at the first chicane and got a penalty. Scuba Steve going back past Calspert as Chubbs goes past his teammate. So will the Ferraris now try and work together to stay ahead of the Haas pit? Oh, and Evil Chris is now sped in the pit lane as well and retired from the race, unfortunately. So Evil Chris's night, unfortunately, is done. It's a shame though. Oh, look at that. Katami's going. Oh, great run on Michael Bien. Through he goes. Up the inside of Curva Grande. Splits the Ferraris. So I said the Ferrari's going to try and work together to hold off the Haas pair. That hasn't worked out for very long. And then he was second as they crossed the line. Now finds down in P4, and he's got the other Haas not far behind him either. Yellow flag further back. Who is that? Oh, it's Dylan. And the safety car is out again. So Dylan there is his car has crashed on the exit of Ascari. So probably just taken too much speed. He was going to have a snap earlier. And unfortunately, that is his night done. Safety car called again then, so Barcelona's lead evaporates. Now it's probably too early for a stop for the soft tyre, so I'm not expecting him in. However, oh, Barcelona does. He jinks in. Now what's he going to do tyre-wise here? Oh, Katz is sped in the pit lane. Barcelona, what is he going to do tyre-wise? He's got to go to the hard tyre here, surely. Now, no, he's going to the softs. That is a big ask to go the rest of this race on the soft tyre. Behind him, Katz has gone to the hard tyre. That's an interesting call. I thought the medium tyre would have been fine. But Kat's gone to the hard tyre. Then Kat's the pits as well. He's onto the medium tyre. Scuba Steve onto the medium. Alex Pixie's in. He's going onto the medium tyre. Matman and Brutus, they needed this, definitely, because they can now catch the pack. And Brutus is going to come in and get off of those medium hard tyres. He's probably going to go onto the mediums to get him to the end. Interesting call from Barcelona. He thinks he can get to the end on those set of soft tyres, but that is... Oh, he's got to pit twice. He's got to pit again, surely. I think he's banking on another safety car, because he's not going to get 20 laps out of those tyres. Surely not. Surely not. I think when the guys pitted last night, it was lap 11, was it? 10, 11? Maybe 12. So we'll see. He's confident. Obviously, having started on the medium tyre, he felt early. Medium top stop. I liked what he did as well. He left it to the last possible second to cut across into the pits, so not giving Michael or Chubbs a chance to respond. And now it's a Ferrari 1-2 in the land of the Tifosi. So fans will be going ecstatic, I'm sure. I'm just trying to think, because Chubbs actually won an FTRL race in Div 2. Into the pits in the background, who was that? That was Skirms. He's pitting off of those soft tyres. He might go into the mediums here. There we go to the hard tyre, interestingly. Just goes onto the hard tyre. Just be... might catch in passing. He's trundling down pit lane. And Skirms, I think, is going to get ahead of him. In fact, no, Skirms is going to stay ahead of him then, so Brutus Beer is still going to have the whole field to pass. However, he can definitely get to the end on those tyres. The question is, can Barcelona, our race leader, our pole sitter, currently P8, he's got a lot of cars ahead of him. They all have to stop, however. Apart from Bossman. Bossman could technically go to the end if those tyres will hold up. The question is, will they? So this is going to be the one to watch. He will be very quick at the restart. He'll have a tyre advantage over everybody around him. Now, he doesn't need to necessarily push too hard, because everybody ahead of him does need to pit. Katami's behind him now. Katami started on the soft tyre, I believe. He's now on the hard, so he decided against the mediums. Interesting call. Safety car in this lap then. So we are about to resume racing on what will be lap 10 of 27. Chubb then starts dictating the pace. Now will his Ferrari teammate give him plenty of room? We've got his mate Kalsper in third, so Chubb is in a very strong position here. Well then, Chubbs has gone early. Chubbs has gone very early. Pulls the trigger, and away he goes. And that is a very good restart from Chubbs. Michael Finn's gone with him. Pagani's on his toes on the back of Calspert. So you're not catching that OG out. In fact, he's going for a move. Pulls alongside. To the inside then on the run down towards turn 1. Pagani and Calspert are side by side. A little lay on the brakes of Deckard. Oh, they butt wheels as Pagani. Oh, they've ghosted. Pagani swatched sides. Comes out the other side. And is ahead. So here goes the move done. It's a different way of doing it. Through he goes. Brutus and passing Alex Pixie, and Alex Pixie's had another drama out that first chicane. I think he's just struggling on traction now. He keeps having snaps. Barcelona goes past Callum. He goes a little bit deep into the chicane. That's going to let Cat on him. Cat's going to go through as well here. And what about Cats? Can he find a way through? Not quite. Callum's had a bit of a moment though. And up the inside he goes. Michael Vian gets a penalty for track limits. Cat's now then right on the back of Callum as they head under the banking. Towards the Scurry to the inside he goes. Later on the brakes, and good move from Cats there. Up to P9 he goes. The two Has starting to fight their way back through again. Chubb still lead, Michael still second. Pagani though is making moves. Oh, is that going in the background? Barcelona on Bossman. Oh, Barcelona gets his nose cut off by Bossman. He's up the inside now through Parabolica. Unsettled the Red Bull, gets the move done. Red Bull drops into the slipstream though, going to try and come back at him. However, Aaron Trucker's ahead, and they'll be getting a nice slipstream off him. Barcelona takes the fastest lap of the race. Look at the overspeed he's got down the start-finish straight, down the inside. He's got fresher tyres as well. This should be a formality. And through he goes. Aaron sees the position. Oh, in the background, the Hazes are getting a little bit crossed up. Cat has tried to let Cats through. Has also let Scuba Steve through. And Pagani and Michael Vian battling now. Oh, Pagani's gone for a send into the chicane. There's contact, around goes the McLaren. Just caught the end of that move. I don't know how far alongside he was. Michael being in the wars again. It's up to Ascari then. Chubb is leading now 1.8 seconds then, so building a nice gap. The green chase counts back up to the Barcelona's already up to P4 then. So having restarted P9, I think it was. He's already passed 5 cars. The guy's then all the way down to the back, so he's had an absolute mare there. Chubbs takes the fastest lap of 23.1 for the Ferrari man. And Barcelona this time he takes it back, 23.139, so it goes just marginally quicker. But Chubbs is showing good pace. In a minute in the background, who was that side by side? That was Nexus Cat's defending from Scuba Steve, in fact. Further back side by side. Brutus Beer on the inside of Callum. Through he goes. Starting to climb his way up the order now, up to P11. Goes the championship leader. Had a very up and down race so far. Alex Pixie then on the back of Skirms. Going to go around the outside of the Curva Grande. Skirms comes over to squeeze him. Oh dear me. Oh, bumping wheels. But Alex Pixie's got the inside. Oh, Skirms takes the nose off him. Forceful hard racing from those two. That's got Pagani close back in on them. And Barcelona's now gone past Calspert with the DRS. Better run out of the Lesmos, and up to P3 he goes. So speed wise is not that, there's no worry about that at the minute. It is tyre longevity. That's the question that's on hanging over the Williams now. Can he make it to the end on those tyres? He's now right on the back there of P2. Chubbs continues to lead now 2.3 seconds. Here comes Barcelona. DRS will pop open. And that will be a very straightforward move for the Williams man, who slides back into P2. Look at the overspeed from Brutus Beer there. Look at the DRS overspeed. Flashes past Matman and into the top 10 he goes. Making steady progress as well. Further back, Skirms and Alex Pixie have just changed places again. Skirms has gone deep though. Alex Skirms trying the out. Oh, there's contact. A big slide there from the Williams. The McLaren is off somewhere. Oh, McLaren's spun as well in the background, so Pagani's had another moment. And Skirms there has let Alex go, I think. So maybe he thought he was at fault for that contact. And rightly letting him through. Katz has let Katami's back through again, so has Kat had a moment. Or Katz had a moment. Of course, he was ahead of the Red Bull. Your Bossman is now working on the back of Aaron Trucker. In fact, Aaron Trucker's got both Red Bulls there, because Scuba Steve is right behind him as well. Now, Bossman is the first driver on the medium tyres who's pitted now. He can probably get to the end, however, he did pit quite early. So it might be a big ask to get to the end from there. We shall see. Yellow flag sector 3. Oh, Pagani's crashed on the exit of Ascari. Is that going to be another one? It is. Safety car is out. Into the pits comes Mattman in the background. Mattman is in. Callum is in. Alex Pixie, is he going to follow him? The answer is yes. Alex Pixie is in. Skirms has gone through. Now we're in the window for a pit stop for those on the medium tyres. So Chubbs, Michael Vien, Calspert, Aaron can pit from here and get to the end on the soft tyres. You saw last night, this is about the window. The wear will be about 60%, so if they're good on their tyres, they can get to the end on the soft tyre now. So let's see what they do. Michael Vien has got he's got a problem because he's still quite close to his teammate. So he may have to double stack. That's going to lose him at least one place for Calspert. And whether or not Aaron is close enough to take advantage as well. Now what does Cat do in this situation? He's on the hard tyre. Does he want to get off that and go into the soft or back onto a medium tyre? And what about these guys who pitted? A Scuba Steve, for example. Does he want to pit? His teammate will definitely pit here, I imagine. So he might want to stay out and take track position. But we saw how big an advantage the soft tyre can be. Now Barcelona can pit here. Get some tyres and definitely get to the end. Chubbs is definitely filling in. Yet in he comes. Barcelona's going to follow him in. Michael's going to have to follow in and stack. Casper will follow in as well. Aaron is in. Bossman pits. Scuba Steve goes round. So he's taking... Now, how long is Michael Vien going to be held up here? In goes Chubbs. Away goes Chubbs. Michael now in as well. Soft tyre goes on. Away he goes. Now, how much has he lost out? He's got ahead of Aaron Trucker, so I think he may only have lost one place there. Now, interesting, Barcelona's gone onto the medium tyre. Now, is that the right call? Is that the right call? Because we saw last night, and bearing in mind he was in the race last night, so we saw what happened up front. The front three all pitted probably earlier than this for the soft tyre and got to the end, and they pulled a massive gap over Zumpy, who was in fourth, who was on the medium tyre. Ah, unlucky Pagani, mate. Unlucky, mate. So if you want it looked at, mate, you know the drill. So you're in a good race there, getting past Calspert, closing in. Definitely a strong chance of a good result tonight. Alas, nay. Right, Scuba Steve then is now our race leader. He's on the medium tyres. He's pitted 6 laps ago, so they're fairly fresh tyres still. Now he's got the advantage of Katami's behind him. He's on the hard tyre now. Hard tyre is not ideal around here. Now, obviously, there's no problems with longevity. It's whether or not he can get temperature and grip is the question now. Despite there not being many corners on this one, the soft tyre we saw last night was massively advantageous, which now leaves Chubbs, who's P5, in a very strong place. Now Skirms is up to P4. Of course, he hasn't pitted. He's also on the hard tyre, so expect him to be vulnerable to the Ferrari at the restart. It is Barcelona. It's whether or not has made the right call here. Because he's pitted for mediums. And we saw last night Calsper's quick boy. He's on the soft tyre. Michael Vien's a quick boy. He's on the soft tyre. Aaron's quick, he's on the soft. Bossman's got some pace, he's on the soft tyre. Mattman's gone for the mediums, interestingly. Callum's on the soft tyre. Katz is on the mediums, interestingly. That's Pixie on some soft tyres, so still in the race though, and now on the best tyre. There is a chance to pick his way through here, so fingers crossed for a turn of luck for the Williams man then. What have I got to tell you about FTRL? Nothing else coming up this week. Of course, we're still waiting for the GT lobbies just to be sorted to a stable position so that we can go league racing again. We are keen to get started. But the lobbies just at the minute are too problematic for us, so hopefully an update soon will sort them out. And we'll have some news soon. ACC also on its mid-season break, so if anybody would like to get involved in either ACC, F1 or GT Sport, GT7, please do get in touch with us. We are at _FTRL_. That's the main page, and we can direct you to the relevant GT and ACC pages for those who wish to get involved. In the meantime, we're having an FTRL meetup for real on Saturdays. We go to watch the touring cars at Donington Park, so a number of us will be quite drunk on Saturday night, playing a multitude of games and watching some cars go around in circles, much like this, but for real. So excited and looking forward to that. Safety car is in this lap then, so we are about to resume racing, and the question is now, can those front four hold off the fresh tyre runners, especially those on the softs who are in the pack? Chubbs is in a very strong place here. The soft tyres were massively advantageous, but we saw last night that once you get into a train, if you've got somebody who's quick, looking at Brutus and Scuba Steve, may not be necessarily straightforward to make a move, especially if they're in a DRS train, but Scuba Steve is gone. He pulls the trigger. That's a fairly good restart. He's pulled a couple of car links on Cat. One who's on the move is Chubbs. He's round the back of Skirms already as they head down the start finish straight. Go to the inside. Skirms gives him a little bit of a squeeze. Chubbs is alongside, and this should be a fairly easy move on the brakes into turn one. Through goes Chubbs up to P2. Skirms is going to try and fight it, but goes a bit deep. And he ends up holding up Barcelona on corner exit. Is that going to let Calsper up the inside? It is. Oh, the 3 wide round curve of Granite. That's brave. Oh, the bounces off. The bounce off too. Oh, God. Can't see what's happening. Skirm's still bouncing off cars. He's still in the middle. Oh, my God. There's big Calsper turns it. There's contact. And Barcelona very sensibly backing out of that. That's very good driving from him there. I think he saw what was happening. And that could have gone very badly for him up front. Chubbs has already passed Brutus. He's up to third. Chubbs is flying. Barcelona now get them. Oh my God, Michael Beard's on the grass. Trying to go 3 right on the run down to Ascari. Skirms is causing all sorts of problems. They're trying to find their way through him. Chubbs has now got the moves on a Cat as well out of Ascari. He is absolutely tearing it up. Through to P2 he goes already. Michael Beard now alongside Skirms as they run down towards the parabolic. He's got the move done. Through he goes up to P7. Skirms is wide now. Aaron Trucker up the inside. Oh, it bounces off him there as he tries to squeeze him a bit too hard. Calsper's now gone past Brutus as well. And now Bossman looking at Skirms on the brakes. Oh, Skirms is going to go to the inside of Aaron. Is he going to go for a move? He does. Oh, dear me, that was deep as well. Aaron saw that coming beautifully. Bit of a cork in the bottle a minute, that Mercedes. If you say that, oh, Scuba, Bossman's seen an opportunity to get the inside of Aaron there. Skirms defending for his life. Oh, that's a big set. He was on the grass. Oh, dear me, that's Bossman. Have to give those places back. Meanwhile, for the lead, Chubbs has hit the front. He's sived his way through, and Calsper is following him through. Barcelona on the back of Brutus. He's on the back of... Oh, who's that going down the other Skirms? I think it's Adam off. He's spun between the Lesmos, so Skirms' defence is over. Oh, and Chubbs has now got a penalty, though. The Scuba Steve have done as well. So Calsper now in pole position at the moment. So Chubbs now needs to get the hammer down and pull away. Run for your life, Chubbs. He's has got Brutus at Barcelona. Fastest lap from Chubbs. Barcelona's got Brutus. Now boxed in behind Cat. Brutus dropped into the slipstream. And DRS has been re-enabled this time around, I believe. No, it was the next time. Maybe next time around. Barcelona trying to go on the outside of Cat. He's on those hard tyres. Cat will try and hang on the outside, but he's going to get squeezed wide. Brutus now is going to get the traction down. Around the outside of Curva Grande. He'll have the grip. Love the traction, and that is move done for Brutus, and up to P5 he goes. Now Michael Vien coming for the attack. He's on the soft tyre, of course. Into the pits has gone Bossman, so I think there may have been possibly some contact with him and Skirms. We saw him going through the second chicane. Kalsper then has now passed Scuba Steve as well, and he gives chase to Captain Chubbs, then, who leads the race but has a penalty. Can they build sufficient gap? That one indeed into the top 10 in P9, so we've got a bit of a split in the pack then. So where's the gap? It is between Aaron in P8 and Michael in P7. However, he's got a bit of a gap now, Matman having just passed Katz. We've got Callum and Alex Pixie with him. Michael Vien getting the move done on Cat down the back straight. Catching the inside curve there at Parabolica, that's brave. Kalsper now with the fastest lap of the race, since we're starting to apply some pressure onto Captain Chubbs. He's got the DRS on Michael Vien, who is now trying to close back on Brutus Beer. Michael driving down the middle of the road there, the defensive line. Oh, Cat comes in a little bit hot, runs to the back of him. Don't think he got any damage from it now, but needs to be careful with that front wing. Sound a bit like Jeff there, don't we? Brutus still on the back of Barcelona then, so these two glued together. Glued together in the first race at the end, glued together in the standings, glued together most of the season, to be honest. So these two continuing to battle hard then. Barcelona 1.3 seconds behind Scuba Steve, who is now 1.9 off the back of Kalsper, who is in DRS range of Chubbs. These two, they continue to try and pull away. At the front, Bossman going past Skirms into the first chicane. Red Bull Man getting the move done. Both of them on the soft tyre. Up front, meanwhile, front two continue to just inch away from Scuba Steve, as this Red Bull teammate is involving a nice battle here. Oh, Callum spun coming out of Ascari. He's in the wall. Should get going again, but yeah, unfortunately, cars are very tricky coming out of Ascari. You can have a massive snap or a big slide, and that is usually the end result. So unfortunately for Callum, he's put it into the wall, so he will be needing another pit stop. That will drop him probably behind these two. And Chucker going past Cat in the braking zone for turn 1. Cat's meanwhile's got ahead of Matman. Pixie on the back then. They haven't just lost Callum from this battle. Barcelona and Brutus Beer are starting to catch Scuba Steve now. All of them on the same tyre, however Barcelona's are significantly newer. Out of Ascari they go. Up front, Chubbs continues to lead. Kalsper hot on his tail. Cat's now with a penalty further back in that battle over P9. Kalsper in the DRS. Is he going to make the move? He is. To the inside he goes, and Kalsper hits the front end for the first time in this race. Scuba Steve, Barcelona behind him, but not close enough. Brutus swipes out behind him, trying to distract Barcelona. Not able to make a move though. Michael Vien though trying to close that gap down as well. He's broken away from Aaron Chucker and Katamis. He went on the soft tyre trying to drop Katamis, but Katamis hanging on. I feel like this hard tyre was the wrong call. Should have done a cat on my own there. Out of the Lesmos we come. Scuba Steve in third. Closing in is Barcelona. Not going to be close enough though into Ascari. We'll have to follow the Red Bull man through. Distance then, Chubbs and Kalsper continue to pull away. Cats and Matman changing places. Matman trying to move down the inside there, not able to get through. As the door shut on his face, and now it's compromised through Ascari, and now Alex Pixie, who just got a penalty. The track limits now right on the back of him as well on those soft tyres, trying to make use of them. That man jinking around in the mirrors of Cat, trying to put him off through a parabolica. As Chubbs meanwhile has taken the lead away, and Skirms has spun coming out of the second Lesmo, so that battle with Bossman is over. Matman on Cats, then into turn one, makes the move stick. Alex Pixie now trying to go around the long way. And that's got a bit deep though into the braking zone, and that's going to let Cats come back at him. Side by side off the corner. Matman's still got the inside, but Cats has got the move done, so Matman hasn't got that move done. Gives it back immediately, although he's up the inside through Curva Grande. Side by side into the braking zone. Matman ahead at the moment. Who's going to get there first is Matman. Goes deep into the braking zone, gets ahead, gets it turned. Nice job. Matman fighting back. Aaron's in the wall at the first Lesmo. It's a shame for him then. So having got up to P7, spins out. Big shame for Aaron there. He's having a really strong run again. He's to manage his tyre temperatures for a couple of corners now. Those tyres will be hot. There is a risk of another spin, so keep your head, my friend. Got a big gap behind him back to Bossman, so under no threat from behind. Now can he do anything about closing back on this trio? Continue to duke it out, the Matman at the front of it. Cats in behind, Alex Pixie third in the queue, waiting for his moment to strike. He's gone a little bit wide, a little bit interesting line there. He went a little bit deep into Parabolica. Matman jinking down the straight, trying to break the slipstream, but Cat's very much in the DRS zone. To the outside he chooses. He would get that done on straight line speed alone. And Matman though is thinking about going back on the brakes. Ooh. Alex trying to find a way through as well, but Matman not allowing any sniff. That one then, Casper and Chubbs continue to circulate at the front. Chubbs leading, Casper happy to be dragged around. Cuba Steve hanging on to P3. Barcelona not able to find a way through yet, Brutus as well, and they have been joined by the second Ferrari, so Michael Vienne has now entered the chat for the P3 battle. Another one carrying a penalty. Let's have a look at the penalty situation. 3 for the leader, 5 for Scuba Steve. I'm not sure where that came from. That might have been a pit lane speeding one. It might have been contact. So there was something happen earlier on, so if it was a contact one, that might get removed. So keep an open mind on that one. Nothing. Michael's got 3 seconds. The next cat's got 8. Alex Pixie 3, Bossman 3, Skirms 3. Barcelona close to the stand now. Scuba Steve's getting a really good run out of the Parabolica, in fact, there. So covered the inside just to kind of give a warning that he's not wanting to let Barcelona through. As it stands at the moment then, Captain Chubbs is leading the race, is on for the win, but he will be jumped by Calsper unless Calsper picks up a penalty before the end of this race. So Calsper in a very strong place at the moment. A bit tempted there through the Lesmo. Recurring to the inside there, Barcelona following in, but I think he wants to stay behind for now, looking for the move into turn 1. Oh, Calsper gets a penalty. That changes the dynamic for the race lead. Of course, that is now advantage Chubbs. That has very much changed the dynamics, and now Chubbs, well, now it's a fair fight up front. Now, what's going to go on here? Barcelona seems closer this time. At the final, Calsper going for the lead to start the penultimate lap of the race. Scuba Steve goes offensive. Barcelona jigs to the right hand side though. Through he goes. And up into P3. So can Scuba Steve come back at him? Oh, he's had a twitch there on power though. That's Milo Brewers up the inside of him. It's giving Barcelona nearly a 0.8 of a second gap already. Michael Vienne having arrived at the moment, can't find any way through at the minute. Barcelona backing that car into the first Lesmo there. The direction change was beautiful from that Williams. And Scuba Steve with another twitch. He's out of DRS range, I think, here. He is. So Scuba Steve has dropped out of DRS range of Barcelona. So that could be P3 signed, sealed and delivered for Barcelona then. Now, what about the race lead? Chubbs is maybe a little bit far back here. He is gaining. Kalsper with the fastest lap of the race then, just to set a marker. But here comes Chubbs. But he's not going to be close enough then, so Kalsper will hold it into turn 1. That was the big opportunity for him. Scuba Steve has got back in DRS range, so he's closing on Barcelona, but he's not going to be close enough. He's going to help him defend from Brutus Beer though. And Michael Vin, having got there, can't do anything about it. In fact, his tyres might be going away a little bit. He's out of DRS range. Cat in a bit of no man's land. Cat's closing in. He's now dispatched of Matman. Alex Pixie as well, so those three have just split up a little bit. Matman's had a drama at the first chicane. Oh no. Drops behind Alex Pixie down to P10. And he might now have Aaron Trucker on his tail as well. Oh, Chubbs hit the wall on the final lap. No, Chubbs. No. Oh, Captain Oh, you prat. You absolute prat. Kalsper's got a clear run then to the flag now, as Chubbs drops it at the second Lesmo on the final lap of the race. He was shaping up for a grandstand finish. Could he have made the move? But Kalsper's just going to cruise round and pick up his first FTRL victory. Congratulations to him. From 13th on the grid as well. Barcelona's going to come on for P2. Scuba Steve will get P3. But it was a 5-second penalty. It was on the serve. So he drops to P5. Brutus gets the podium. Michael Vien P4. Katames will come in P6. Getting there on those hard tyres. Katz gets P7. Alex jumps him though. So P7 for Alex. Aaron jumps Katz as well. But Matman got 7, so Matman got 7. Alex Pixie P8. Aaron P9. Katz down to P10 with that penalty. Bossman then out of the Parabolica. A bit of a lonely race for him after that contact. Needed that second pit stop laid on. So it's P11 for the Red Bull man. Skirms will cross the line. Here will be P12. And his teammate Callum coming round after early promise. And it is unlucky for some P13 for the Mercedes man, and drama on the final lap. Captain Chubbs, you absolute pleb. Kalsper gets driver of the day. Good job from him. He started P13, so a really good job from him. He picks up the victory. Two championship protagonists joining him on the podium then, Barcelona and Brutus Beer. As the champagne flies for the second time at Monza this evening. And there we have then. It is victory and the fastest lap then for Kalsper. Barcelona coming home at P2 after deciding on that medium tyre. Was it the right call? You will never know. Might have got a little bit further up if you'd gone for the soft tyre. Brutus Beer then salvaging a podium, having been down at P after that awful start he had, managing to save P3. Michael Vien comes home P4. Scuba Steve down to P5. Well, he had 2 penalties to his name. Catherine then P6. Matman at P7. Alex Pixie is P8. Aaron P9. Nexus Katz gets P10. Bossman P11. Skirms P13. And Callum, the final finisher, in 13th. The retirement's Chubbs. No Chubbs. No. Carney P15, retired to P15. Ewa Chris, he retired early on after getting some damage. Dylan Jonesy, who crashed under the safety car, Zero Tau, and Lena Zekin didn't even make it to turn 1, unfortunately. And that is the end of the action for this evening. Thank you very much for joining us once again. I hope you enjoyed the action. Congratulations to our winners tonight, Barcelona and Kalsper. And we go again next week with our first visit on this game to Zandvoort. It is the Netherlands Grand Prix next week, which starts the second half of the season. Half the season then done. And now we look forward to action from Zandvoort, which is a tricky circuit. So qualifying will be key next week. So let's see how they get on. We're of course back on Tuesday with Div 1 and Wednesday with Div 2. All that is left for me to say is thank you for joining us. If you haven't already liked the stream, please do so. Keep the comments coming in. If you'd like to be a part of FTRL, @_FTRL_ on Twitter. And yeah, that is the end of the evening for me. Thank you for joining us. Catch you again real soon.